Both of them, they operate in the certain paradigm. Like this one, both they are goal oriented. There are certain goals which have been set. So they both they ensure that those goals are met or they are achieved. But both they involve decision making. Also, both they use the resources, both require the effective use of resources, whether strategic in administration level or operational in management level. Both their interdependence. Administration set the direction and the management ensure its implementation. Leadership both require the leadership qualities to guide employee or other stakeholders toward achieving organizational goals. Also, planning both involve some form of planning. Administration focus on long-term plan, while management focus on executing and adapting short-term plan. Now we are coming to another part where we are going to see management as a science or management is an art. There are different school of thoughts. Some school of thought, they say that management is a science. Another, they say that management is an art. So in this section, we will see both why management is regarded as science and why other school of thought is regarding management as an art, and why we can combine them together or we can compile it when we can say that management is both a science and an art. So let's go. Management can be considered as a science due to the following reason. It is a systematic body of knowledge. Like any science, management has a well-organized body of knowledge based on principles and theories that can be taught and learned. But also these principles and theories, these are universally accepted, such as the principle of planning, organization, leadership that guide managers or administrators. Observation and experimentation, management theories and the practice are developed through observation, experimentation, and testing real-life situation. Cause and effect relationship, management practice often show cause and effect relationship. For example, good leadership results in high employee motivation and productivity. Predictability, managers use data and the principles to predict outcomes, much like scientific methods predict result based on input and condition. Management as art. It involves creative application. Sometimes it needs personal skills, which not necessary to acquire them from the classroom. Situational approach, management requires the ability to adapt principles to specific situation, much like an artist, how an artist adapt technique to different medium or styles. Practice and experience, master of management comes through practice and experience, similar to the development of artistic style. Judgment, effective management requires the use of judgment, intuition, and personal insight, characteristics from common in artistic endeavors. So let's come to a conclusion of this debate, whether management is science or in art. Also, in conclusion, we say that management is both a science and an art. Why? Because it's a scientific base. It is scientific based because it uses scientific methods and principles, data analysis to understand and solve problem. It involves established technique and approach. So this is based on the scientific aspects. Artistic application. Why? Applying these scientific principles in real-world setting, it requires creativity. It requires human intuition. It requires personal judgment sometimes. You know, a manager ability to inspire and lead the team, make tough decisions, and navigate complex challenges often depend on artistic skills. Also balance. While science provides the knowledge and the foundation for understanding management principles, art involves the personal touch, creativity, and interpersonal skills needed to apply those principles effectively. Innovation and adaptation. Managers must continuously adapt scientific knowledge to the ever-changing environment of business and society, demonstrating both the technical and the creative aspect of management. Now let's come to the levels of management in an organization. Management is typically organized into three hierarchical levels within an organization: the top level management, the middle level management, and the lower level management. And each level has different responsibilities, role, and skills required to function effectively or to perform effectively. Starting with the top level management. This level, it includes the organization's highest ranking executives such as the CEO, chief executive officers, or chief financial officers, or chief operating officers, board of directors, and the senior executives. Their function is to set objectives, to formulate policies, to make decisions, and to do resource allocation. Here in the middle level, it includes head of departments, division managers, branch managers, and unit leaders. Their function is the implementation of strategies which have been designed by the top level, coordination, the coordinate activities between the lower level managers and the top managers. So they act as a coordination. Also, motivation. Middle managers are responsible for motivating and guiding lower level managers and employees to work toward organizational objective. Also, resource management. They oversee resource allocation within their department and ensure efficiency in operations. Reporting. Middle level managers report on departmental performance and provide feedback to top management about implementation progress and challenges. On the lower level management, here is a first line management. In other words, they call it first line management. It includes supervisors, team leaders, foremen, and frontline managers who directly manage non-managerial employee. Their function is supervision, to assign tasking, to ensure that employee are developed. I mean that here in the point of employee development, they provide guidance, training, and development opportunities to help employee improve their skills and performance. And also problem solving. They handle minor issues that arise during daily operations and report any major problem to middle management. Then feedback. Also in the lower level managers provide feedback to middle management regarding operational performance and employee productivity. Now let's come to see the roles of managers. Managers at all levels, they perform various roles within an organization, which can be classified into three categories based on Henry Mintzberg management roles. First categories is based on the interpersonal role. Here is as a figure, represent the organization in formal and symbolic activities. Also as a leader, guides and motivate employee and lead the team. Liaison, act as a link between the organization, internal department, and external stakeholders. Informational role, here they take the function of the monitor to gather information and monitor internal and external environment to stay tuned, also disseminator, and also as a spokesperson. Decisional role, this is another category. They act as entrepreneur, disturbance handler, or can call it they act as a shock absorber. They deal with unexpected problems and crises. Resources allocator distributes resources. Resources can be time, money, materials among department or employee. Negotiators represent the organization in negotiation with external and internal different stakeholders. On management skills, effective managers require a mix of conceptual, human relation, and technical skills to succeed. The importance of these skills varies depending on the level of management. For example, conceptual skills. This involves the ability to understand complex situations, identify problems, and develop strategy solution. Conceptual skills are essential for top-level managers because they deal with the broader long-term issue of organization. And also on human relation skills, interpersonal skills, these are skills that enable managers to work effectively with other people. Technical skills, these skills involve knowledge of and the proficiency in a specific field or task, such as accounting, engineering, or computer programming. Now, let's see the relationship between management skills and the level of management. Let's start with it. Top level management. On the top level management, what kind of management skill they need? So here we are going to say the top level management, what kind of management skill they are required to have, and the middle and the lower level. Start with the top level. They require strong conceptual skills to develop strategies and policies and anticipate future challenges. They use fewer technical skills, but still need human relations skills to communicate with the stakeholders and lead the organization. Middle level management requires a balanced mix of conceptual, human relation, and technical skills. They need a conceptual skill to understand the overall strategies set by top management, technical skill to ensure that their department are running efficiently, and the human relation skills to motivate and manage lower level management and employee. Lower level management primarily for technical and human relation skills. They need technical expertise to supervise employee effectively